Good Thursday morning. All right, let's include you guys at home. We like to call it Friday Junior around here. Friday Junior, otherwise known as Thursday. Hopefully your day is off to a good start. This is First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Beylon, live in the First Alert Weather Center. You know, we are seeing a little bit of some fog this morning. It's maybe giving you a little feeling of deja vu because we had that yesterday at this time. Let me give you an example of what's going on, a live view from our Sturgeon Bay sky cam. Well, it's a little better than what I saw about a half an hour ago. I can see some, looks like somebody's walking there on the jetty there in the marina. But otherwise, the boats in the foreground are visible. That's a good sign. But there's still some fog. And notice towards the top of our sky camera shot near that banner, where it says Sturgeon Bay Skycam and Sonny's Pizzeria. That's the sponsor of the sky camera shot. You can see a little bit of blue sky in the background. So I think the fog is becoming a bit more shallow and will eventually lift or fade away as the moisture evaporates. That happens when the temperature goes up. We're at 59 degrees right now in Green Bay. Over at the Cherryland Airport nearby, visibility has dropped down to just a few hundred feet. So that fog is pretty thick in portions of Door County. Just a little bit ago, I was looking at a web camera up in Egg Harbor, one of the resorts there, and the visibility was better there, but it's pointed out towards the bay, and you can see there's some fog out over the bay. So I think the visibility may be kind of in and out if you're traveling in the peninsula there. Inland areas, the visibility is now just fine. So that fog will fade away in Door County between now and 10 o'clock. Not a lot of wind out there. We got high pressure right over our head. It's going to keep things pretty quiet and also sunny. So if you're seeing the sun, guess what? It's going to hang around through the afternoon. We're going to warm up in leaps and bounds over the next few hours. We'll go all the way to a high of 81 degrees. It's been such a warm month. Did you know? Here's a little nugget of knowledge for you. This month, Green Bay's average temperature has been 65.7 degrees. That's almost 4 degrees warmer than average. That's a lot. This has been so far the 7th warmest September on record here in Titletown. And we've been keeping weather records since 1886. The record warmest September, 67.3 degrees. That's your average temperature back in 1931. Right now we're in the 50s with a 60-degree temperature in Oshkosh. It is 57 in Wapaka, Appleton, Green Bay. In the north, low 50s with 53 in Anago and in Marinette. And First Alert Pinpoint Predictor shows those warm highs close to 80 this afternoon. 80 in Wautoma, 79 in Fond du Lac, a high temperature of 75 in Manitowoc with 77 in Sheboygan. Should get up to about 80 in Pembine. Our high temperatures in most spots are going to be about 10 to 15 degrees warmer than average. And what exactly is average? Well, that's 68 degrees. So we're blowing that out of the water, so to speak. And our next weather maker is really just more of the same old stuff, this unusually warm late September weather, which is going to last through the weekend, and it's also going to stay dry. Now, for some of our farming friends out there, I kind of wonder what your thoughts are because, we're heading into harvest season and you really don't want, it to rain too hard on your fields and you really can't get out there and work. On the other hand, we're dealing with drought conditions, especially from Manitowoc and Kewaunee and Brown counties and north up towards the upper Michigan border, Door County as well. So, it'd be nice to get some rain, but we're going to stay dry and warm. We're squeezed in between the jet stream, which is flowing way up through Canada, and low pressure, which is going to interact with the remnants of Hurricane Helene. That's moving on shore later today. I'll talk more about that in a second. So we've got all this active weather in the southeast United States. The storm track is cutting through Canada. And from the Great Lakes back towards the Rockies, there is a sprawling area of high pressure, which is just kind of keeping things status quo. Warm, dry. Very often when you get these landfalling hurricanes in the United States, they kind of gum up the traffic pattern across North America. You tend to see weather systems move from the Pacific to the Atlantic, and very often when a hurricane moves in, it's almost like it puts up a stop sign and everything kind of backs up. And so that's kind of what's happening here. So what you see is what you get. Today, tomorrow, highs will be near 80 degrees. I do think we'll drop back into the upper half of the 70s over the weekend because coming around the backside of Helene's circulation is going to be a northeast wind that'll blow off of Lake Michigan and off the bay. So that'll probably trim a few degrees off the temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. But then as we go into Monday night, then we get some real change. A cold front comes through. It'll give us a slight chance of rain, but more significantly, a drop in the temperatures towards the middle of next week. Tuesday, first day of October, our high temperatures look a bit more seasonable in the mid-60s. So there's your first alert, super 7-day forecast. Patchy fog this morning, as you saw in Door County. There also might be some fog tomorrow morning as well. We're going to see sunny skies, highs close to 80. And tomorrow evening, we're going to have temperatures falling through the 60s for high school football games across the area. Just heard our Operation Football Game of the Week, De Pere versus West De Pere. Oh, Redbirds taking on Phantoms. It's a rivalry, right? Who's going to have the bragging rights in the town of De Pere? Well, somebody's going to win, somebody's not going to win. Well, we're all going to be winners because the weather's going to be great. We'll have fair skies, temperatures falling down through the 60s. And then there's that sunny to mostly sunny, dry weekend. A little breezy at times. 76 Saturday, 76 Sunday. That's about where the temperature will be at the end of the Packers-Vikings game. There's the forecast. And, you know, I have to tell you, a meteorologist's job is to comb through the latest information and adjust the forecast accordingly. Now, earlier in the week, it looked like this might be a day where we get a couple spotty showers. But as we've been gathering more information, getting more clues up there in the atmosphere, you know, putting weather balloons up, you know, using imagery from satellites and computer models and, you know, getting observations, you know, over time it's become more and more apparent to us that rain is just not going to happen for northeast Wisconsin on Sunday. And so that slight chance of showers has disappeared, and now you're looking at a mostly sunny sky over Lambeau Field as the Packers kick off against the Vikings. And at noon at Lambeau Field, we should be right around 72 degrees. Northeast winds coming off the bay, might be a little breezy, around 10 to 15 miles an hour, but all in all, pretty decent weather for the football game. And then there's that rain possibility Monday night and Tuesday morning. That's looking kind of iffy, to be honest with you. If we miss out on that rain, which is very possible, we probably will have to wait until late Thursday, about a week from today, before we have probably a little bit of a better chance of rain. And even that could go up in smoke because this weather pattern has just really been persistently warm and dry. So there you have it, your first alert super 7-day forecast. There's Hurricane Helene. And it's really getting stronger and starting to make its lunge towards Florida. Look at all that rain that's pushing into Florida. Heavy stuff. So right now, it is a Category 2 hurricane. This is the latest information from the National Hurricane Center. They updated things right before 7 o'clock. It is 320 miles southwest of Tampa, moving north-northeast at 12 miles an hour. The maximum sustained winds are now at 100 miles an hour. Category 2 hurricane, and it is only going to get stronger. It'll probably either be a Category 3 or a Category 4 hurricane when it makes landfall somewhere around the Florida Big Bend area or the Panhandle this evening. And as it moves onshore, it is going to drop a tremendous amount of rain, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of rain, but there'll be some totals that get as high as 18 inches. That's 1.5 feet of rain, causing some tremendous flooding. The storm surge. I think the National Hurricane Center, they had described it unsurvivable. In some places, could be as high as 20 feet. That's crazy, right? And, you know, when you get winds of, 120 miles an hour blowing their way on shore, they're going to knock out power in a widespread area. And that's all going to just kind of bulldoze its way up into Georgia. And I would not want to have a flight that connects through Atlanta over the next couple days because there's going to be a lot of problems, a lot of cancellations. It's going to be a mess. That's arguably the biggest hub in the country, Atlanta and O'Hare, and anything connecting out of Atlanta is just going to be just not doable between now and the end of this week. So our forecast, we are always giving it to you on the TV side. We're also giving it to you on the digital side. Download our free WBAY First Alert Weather app, and we'll keep you updated with the weather pattern and give you information about the hurricane and anything else you want to know. And you know what? The thing is, the forecast is always good no matter where you go. You know, let's just say you're from, I'll just pick a random town, Kaukauna. You're from Kaukauna. And you know what? You want to take a trip down towards the southeast United States. And you want to know what the weather is going to be like. All you got to do is open the app and type in the search feature, the town you're going to, and forecast updates. Gives you all the information no matter where you go on this planet. We've got your forecast. WBAY First Alert Weather. All right, so I just gave you a lot of weather. Hopefully that answered any questions that you might have about our forecast. Tomorrow, I hope you're watching our primary morning newscast, because I will kind of dive into fall foliage, what the weekend fall foliage report looks like, and we'll talk about what factors impact fall foliage. What factors make the colors really vibrant? What factors kind of dull our color? What factors speeds up the switch over to fall color? What factors slow it down? And we'll talk about how climate change could be impacting that in the years to come. So lots to think about in regards to the season ahead. I know it feels like summer out there, but really it is technically autumn, and eventually it will feel like it. It's just that between now and early autumn, it's going to be kind of a slow process to get those temperatures to actually start to cool down. And the forecast looks, for the most part, very, very dry. All right, thanks for watching our live stream. Action 2 News Mid-Morning starts in 10 minutes. So hopefully you'll catch that with Aisha Morales. I know she's working hard on some of our top news stories. All right, have a good day. Enjoy your Thursday.